What if I told you that over 60% of American households aren't ready for even a minor emergency? One blackout, one storm, one empty grocery shelf, and suddenly you're completely stranded. Stick around because today I'm revealing 11 survival tips that could save your life before disaster strikes. Hey everyone, I spent the last week diving into real FEMA reports, interviewing former emergency response volunteers, and watching footage most people have never seen. What I found was eye opening how unprepared the average person is, and how fast things can go from normal to chaos when the power goes out. In this video, I'm breaking down 11 survival tips that could keep you safe, including one unexpected trick using something you probably already have in your pantry. If you've ever seen grocery shelves wiped clean before a storm or watched prices skyrocket overnight, drop a comment. Ace, I've seen it. Because trust me, you'll want to be ready next time. Tip 1. Build a basic emergency kit. Start simple. Every home should have an emergency kit. You don't need to go full survivalist right away. Just gather the basics. Flashlight, check. Batteries, double check. These two alone can make a huge difference when the lights go out. Add a whistle. It might sound odd, but if you ever need to signal for help, it's way better than shouting until your voice gives out. A dust mask is also smart, not the fancy kind, just something to cover your nose and mouth if the air gets bad, like after a fire or during a chemical spill. Tools matter too. Grab a small wrench or pliers. They're useful for turning off gas lines or fixing something broken in a pinch. Throw in a multi-tool if you have one. Those little gadgets are like Swiss Army knives for emergencies. Don't forget medications. If someone needs daily pills, they should be part of the kit. Store them in a dry, cool place. Label everything clearly. Emergencies can last longer than expected, so having a few extra doses is a good idea. Think of your emergency kit like your pantry essentials, but for safety instead of snacks. Just like you keep rice, pasta, and spices ready for dinner, you should have these tools ready for trouble. Water and food come later, but this is your starting point. Your emergency kit is the first line of defense. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to work when you need it most. Keep one in your car, too. You never know when you'll be stuck somewhere unexpected. A quick errand could turn into an overnight wait if there's a storm or traffic. Having a small kit in your trunk gives you peace of mind and power over the situation. Tip 2. Store extra water. Water is life, and when the power goes out or a pipe bursts, you'll wish you had some stashed away. You don't need to buy gallons and gallons overnight. Start small. Grab an extra bottle next time you're at the store. Add a few more each week. Before you know it, you'll have enough to last a few days. Aim for at least 1 gallon per person per day. That might sound like a lot, but remember, it's not just for drinking. You'll need water for cooking, cleaning, and maybe even flushing the toilet if things get really bad. Store it in clean bottles or jugs. The kind you buy juice or soda in works fine, just wash them well first. Don't use containers that can't be sealed tightly. You don't want your water spilling or getting dirty. Label each container clearly. Write the date on the outside with a marker. That way, you'll know when it's time to replace it. Experts say you should rotate your supply every 6 months. It's not hard. Just pour it out and refill. And no, you don't have to drink old water just because it's there. Fresh is always better. If you forget about it and find it months later, just swap it out. Better safe than sorry. Keep your water in a cool, dark place. Heat and light can weaken plastic and grow bacteria. A basement or pantry is perfect. If you don't have either, under the bed or inside a closet still works. Also, don't forget to store water for pets. They need it too. Just like us, they can get dehydrated fast in a stressful situation. If you live in a place where disasters are more common, like hurricane zones or wildfire areas, you might want to store even more. 3 days worth is the minimum. A week's worth is better. You'd be surprised how much peace of mind just having water can bring. When everything else feels uncertain, knowing you've got something to drink makes a big difference. Again, this doesn't have to be complicated. Just start now. 1 bottle at a time. That's all it takes to stay ahead of the game. Tip 3. Keep non-perishable food on hand. Let's talk food. When the power goes out, your fridge won't last forever. That means fresh veggies will rot, milk will sour, and your freezer stash of pizza? Yep, it'll melt into a sad puddle. That's why having non-perishable food on hand is a must. These are foods that don't need to be refrigerated and can sit in your pantry for months, sometimes even years. Canned goods are your best friend here. Think beans, tuna, vegetables, soup, and fruit. They're cheap, they're filling, and they last forever if sealed. Peanut butter is another great pick. It's packed with protein, tastes good straight from the jar, and doesn't go bad quickly. Just make sure you rotate it every so often. Trail mix, granola bars, and cereal are also solid choices. They're easy to eat, require zero cooking, and kids love them too. Don't forget about boxed meals like mac and cheese, rice, or pasta. All you need is hot water and a little patience, and boom, you've got dinner without needing a stove. If you're someone who loves to cook, stock up on dry ingredients like rice, oats, lentils, and spices. With just a bit of planning, you can still make something tasty, even without electricity. And yes, you should actually eat these foods once in a while. Don't just buy them and forget they exist. Rotate your supply every few months. Use what you have, then replace it. That way, nothing expires on your watch. This isn't about panic buying or turning your home into a bunker. It's about being smart, about thinking ahead, about making sure you and your family can still eat, even when life gets weird. Think of it like this. You always keep snacks in your car or backpack, right? This is just on a bigger scale. A little extra food stored away can go a long way when things go wrong. So next time you're at the store, grab one extra item that doesn't need to be chilled, add it to your emergency stash. Do this every week, and before you know it, you'll have enough to last days, even without power. Tip 4. Know how to cook without power. Let's say the power's out. The fridge is warming up, your phone's at 10%, and dinner plans are officially ruined unless you know how to cook without electricity. This isn't just for campers or survivalists. This is for everyone. Because when the grid goes down, you still need to eat. And if you've got food but no way to cook it, you're stuck. So here's the good news. You don't need fancy gear to make a hot meal, just a little planning and some basic tools. First, think about what you already own. Got a gas grill? That works great during an outage. Same with a charcoal grill. Just move it outside and away from your house. Safety first. A portable camping stove is another solid option. They run on propane or butane, take up little space, and can boil water or fry eggs just fine. If you don't have one yet, they're super affordable and worth the investment. Then there's the old school method, fire. If you've got access to wood or charcoal, a small fire pit, or even a safe indoor fireplace can work. Just be smart, never use open flames indoors unless it's made for that. And if you really want to level up, try a solar oven. These nifty gadgets use sunlight to cook food slowly, perfect for sunny days and long-term prep. Don't forget about no-cook meals either. Peanut butter sandwiches, canned tuna with crackers, or instant oatmeal with cold water can save the day when it's too risky or chilly to build a fire. But here's the key. Practice now. Don't wait until the lights go out to figure this out. Test your setup. Try cooking something simple. Make sure you know how to light your stove, control the flame, and clean up after. Tip 5. Have a backup communication plan. Phones are amazing until they're not. When the power's out, cell towers can go down, Wi-Fi disappears, and suddenly you can't text, call, or even Google how to turn your flashlight on. That's why having a backup communication plan is one of the most important things you can do. Not just for yourself, but for your whole family. Think about it. What if you can't reach your kid's school? What if your partner is stuck at work and you don't know where they are? What if you get separated during an evacuation? This isn't about worst-case scenarios. It's about staying connected when things go sideways. Start by picking a meeting spot. Choose 2, one near your home, like a park or neighbor's house, and one farther away in case you can't return home at all. It sounds simple, but it helps everyone regroup fast. Next, agree on a group chat name or emergency contact person. Someone who lives out of town might be a good choice since local networks may fail while long-distance lines still work. Write everything down. Don't rely on memory. Save numbers in your phone and print them out. Store that paper copy in your emergency kit or wallet. Phones die, paper doesn't. Tip 6, learn how to purify water. You've stored your water. You've labeled it. You've even remembered to rotate it every few months. But what if you run out? That's when knowing how to purify water becomes a lifesaver, because not all water looks dangerous, but that doesn't mean it's safe to drink. First things first, boiling is your best bet. It kills most viruses, bacteria, and parasites hiding in dirty water. Just bring it to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute, 3 minutes at higher altitudes, and let it cool. But what if you don't have a way to boil it? Then bleach comes to the rescue. Yes, really. Use regular household bleach with 5 to 9% sodium hypochlorite. No fancy scented stuff. Add 8 drops, about 1/4 teaspoon of bleach to 1 gallon of water. Stir well and let it sit for 30 minutes. If it smells like chlorine, it's ready to drink. If you're stuck outdoors or prefer something reusable, consider a portable water filter. Some fit in your pocket and can clean hundreds of liters of water from lakes, rivers, or puddles. They're great for camping, but also smart to keep around for emergencies. There are also purification tablets. They're small, lightweight, and last for years. Just drop one in your water, wait the recommended time, and boom, you've got clean water. And don't forget about the sun. Solar disinfection works surprisingly well. Fill a clear plastic bottle with water, shake it up, lay it on a hot surface or roof, and leave it in direct sunlight for at least 6 hours. The UV rays do the rest. Just remember, these methods work best with clear water. If it's cloudy or full of dirt, strain it through a cloth or coffee filter first. Less junk equals cleaner water. Also, avoid water that smells strongly of chemicals or fuel. That kind of contamination is harder to treat and might not be safe no matter what method you use. Tip 7. Store cash and important documents safely. We live in a world of apps and cards. Tap to pay, Venmo a friend, buy groceries with just your fingerprint. But what happens when the power's out and the internet's down? That's right, your phone becomes a useless brick, and suddenly having cash on hand matters more than ever. Most people forget this until it's too late. After a big storm or blackout, ATMs stop working, banks close, and even stores might not be able to process payments. So keep a small stash of cash somewhere safe. Not a huge wad, just enough to buy food, water, or gas if you need to. $50 to $100 is a good start. Use small bills so you can actually spend them. And don't store it next to your emergency snacks. That's just asking for soggy money. Keep it in a dry, sealed bag or container. A lockbox under the bed works. So does a hidden drawer in the kitchen. Now let's talk about documents, because losing those can cause just as much trouble as running out of food. Birth certificates, IDs, insurance policies, medical records, property deeds, these things are hard to replace once they're gone. And during an emergency, the last thing you want is to scramble trying to prove who you are or where you live. Make copies, print them, scan them, save them in the cloud. Do both. Better safe than stuck. Put the physical copies in a waterproof folder or Ziploc bag. Add them to your emergency kit or store them in a fireproof box. Some people even use a safe deposit box at a bank for extra protection. If you have kids, make sure their school and medical records are included. If you rent or own a home, keep proof of that too. It helps with insurance claims, relocation, or even temporary housing after a disaster. Tip 8. Create a family emergency plan. We've talked about food, water, cash, and communication. Now, let's talk about something even more important, your people. Because when disaster hits, your first thought is probably going to be, where is everyone? That's why having a family emergency plan isn't just smart, it's essential. And it's not as complicated as it sounds. Start with the basics. What do you do if the power goes out during school hours? What if someone is stuck at work and roads are closed? What if you're separated during an evacuation? These aren't fun questions, but they're necessary ones. Sit down together, talk it out, make a plan that everyone understands, even the kids. Because when things go wrong fast, you don't want to waste time guessing what to do next. First, agree on where to meet. Choose 2 spots, one close to home, like a neighbor's yard or corner store, and one farther away in case you can't return home at all. It's like having a backup meeting point. Simple, but powerful. Next, decide how you'll contact each other. Pick a main group chat name or a family code word. If phones are down, agree on how to reconnect, whether through a friend, social media, or even a local landmark. Also, teach your kids how to call 911 and how to reach at least one adult they trust outside the house. Don't assume they know this stuff. Practice really does make perfect. Tip 9. Invest in a portable charger or solar power. Let's talk about something we all depend on, our phones. There are maps, flashlights, radios, and lifelines all in one. But they also die fast, especially when the power's out for days. That's where a portable charger or solar power comes in. And no, this isn't just for campers or off-grid lovers. This is for everyone. Think of it like this. Your phone is only as useful as its battery. And during an emergency, you don't want to be down to 3% with no way to charge up. Start with a basic portable charger. You can find small ones for under $20. They fit in your pocket and give your phone at least one full charge. Bigger models can charge multiple devices, including tablets and even laptops. But here's the catch. You have to remember to keep them charged too. Don't buy one and stick it in a drawer for years. Set a reminder every few weeks to plug it in and top it off. Also, look for models with more than one USB port. That way you can charge your phone and your kid's tablet at the same time. Bonus points if it has a built-in flashlight or radio. Now, what if the outage lasts longer than expected? That's where solar power shines, literally. Solar chargers use sunlight to recharge batteries or connect directly to your phone. Some are small and foldable, perfect for tossing in a backpack. Others are bigger and can power radios, lights, or even small fans. They work best on sunny days, obviously, but even a little light can help. And once charged, many solar-powered banks hold their juice for weeks, ready when you need them. Don't worry, you don't need to install panels on your roof. We're talking about simple, portable gear that's easy to store and even easier to use. Some people also swear by hand crank chargers. No sun? No problem. Just crank for a few minutes and get enough power to send a text or make a quick call. Combine a few of these tools and you've got backup power, no matter the weather or situation. Tip 10. Learn basic first aid emergencies. Don't always come with warning signs. 1 second you're fine. The next someone's got a cut, burn, or worse, and help might not be on the way for hours. That's why knowing basic first aid is one of the most important skills you can have. Not just for survivalists or nurses, for everyone. Think about it. You don't need a major disaster to get hurt. A kitchen knife slips, a pot of boiling water tips over, a kid falls off their bike. These are everyday accidents that suddenly feel like emergencies when there's no clinic nearby. So what should you know? Start with the basics: how to stop bleeding, treat burns, and recognize signs of shock. These 3 things alone can make a huge difference while waiting for help. Also learn how to perform CPR. It's easier than you think. Many community centers, fire stations, or even local hospitals offer low-cost or free classes. Some only take a few hours, but could save a life. Don't worry, you don't have to become a doctor overnight. Just knowing how to check breathing, clear airways, or give chest compressions until help arrives makes you more prepared than most. And if you've got kids, teach them too. Not full CPR, but basics like calling 911, using a bandage, or getting an adult if something goes wrong. Keep a first aid kit handy. It doesn't have to be fancy, just stocked with essentials: bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, pain relievers, tweezers, gloves, and any personal medications. Tip 11. Stay informed about local risks. You can have the best emergency kit, a full tank of water, and a perfect family plan, but if you don't know what kinds of disasters are likely to hit your area, you're still playing guessing games. That's why staying informed about local risks is one of the smartest moves you can make, because not every place faces the same dangers. If you live near the coast, hurricanes might be your biggest concern. If you're in the Midwest, tornadoes could be the real threat. Out west, wildfires in mountain areas, snowstorms, and power outages. And pretty much everyone has to deal with extreme heat or flooding at some point. So start by asking, what kind of emergencies are common around here? Check with your local emergency management office. Most cities and counties have websites that list common hazards, evacuation zones, and even emergency alert systems. Also look into FEMA's flood maps or wildfire risk zones. They show how likely your neighborhood is to be affected, and that helps you prepare smarter. Know your zone. Some areas use hurricane or tornado zones to help people understand their risk level. Others mark flood-prone streets or fire danger ratings. And don't just read this once, keep up with updates. Weather patterns change, floodplains shift, fire seasons get worse. Being aware means you can adjust your plan before trouble hits. Remember, being prepared isn't about fear, it's about peace of mind. So start small, stay smart, and we'll see you in the next one.